my favorite shirt I've ever bought because I love Star Wars, but also so today's 7 on Sunday, and I feel like it's been ages since I've filmed a video in my room because obviously I'd done a lot of filming over the course of the weekend because I was in Melbourne last weekend. I had the greatest time. Videos are coming. I got to meet Kat. Got to meet a lot of people actually, but it was really fun. Wiggles was great. Everything that we did was great, and there's going to be vlogs. There is a collab coming. There is a lot of content coming. But I just feel like I haven't been like here for ages, and like I really filmed one video last week, which was my 7 on Sunday from last week. So I got to get back into filming again, even though as I said, I've done a lot. But I'm here today to talk about books that I want to give a second chance to. This can either be books that you've read and then you just decided you didn't want to finish the series, but now you've got interest again, or books that you've heard bad things about and you didn't think you were going to read and then decided you are going to read them. It can just be anything where you had a bad opinion and then you're like wanting to try again. And all of my books are ones that I want to try again, or one that I started and I never finished. But you're gonna know some of these, like the first 3 are books that I talk about hating quite a lot, even though I do want to give them a go, but that involves having to reread stuff that I hate, and it's like, why would I do that? I don't know. So tell me which ones I should focus on. That's probably gonna help me, but I'm excited for the video and let's get into it. I feel like I don't need to say much about Children of Blood and Bone by Tommy and Amy because I've talked about this a lot, because I'm mad that this is a popular book and I think it sucks, okay? It's not good. I like a lot of things about it. The world is really interesting, the magic system's really interesting, but the romance killed it for me because it was so dumb. And I know a lot of people say it's good, but I don't think it was. It's very weird. There was a thing that happened in a dream too that I was like, it was strange. I prefer the relationship that her brother had more than anything, but there is a second book that's out that I haven't read yet, and it's a lot smaller, and I want to get into the second book and hopefully it gets better, but I do think I need to give this a reread to actually try and enjoy it more this time, because going into it knowing that I hate this key detail might help me focus on other things that are a lot cooler, and the world was complicated, so a reread definitely would help me to understand more of what's going on. Next, The Cruel Prince by Holly Black. So, I feel that I probably should reread this book because it's been many years since I read it, even though I hated it. I don't understand how people enjoy the bullying. Like, I don't think people do, but like, no one talks about the fact that they treated her like absolute shit the whole time, and it's meant to be romance. And as I've said before, and I think people have answered this for me, like, the second book is meant to be the peak, but I fucking hate this book, so am I gonna enjoy it? Like, do I need to put myself through it? Because I have the whole trilogy out there because I just buy every book ever, because a lot of the time if I only buy the first book and then I really enjoy it and then I buy the sequels a million years later and then I never read it. So I feel like it's a better bet just to buy the whole thing, or as many books as I can get my hands on, and then it's easier because then I've got them straight away even though I never read sequels. It's a revolving circuit of me never getting anything done, but we already know this. I just feel that I want to appreciate the second book because Jude and Carden are very beloved, but I don't get it, but hopefully the second book will help me, so I want to give it a second chance, even though I'm going to be brutal with my feelings for sure. Next, I want to mention A Darker Shade of Magic by V.E. Schwab. I just think this is boring. And I've read the first 2, I have the conclusion, it's like a million pages long, and I feel like I need to reread these because I probably didn't appreciate it the first time around, clearly because I don't like it. But the fact that so many people love this series has to mean something, but I think there was too many things going on and I didn't retain enough information, so I actually want to reread it but actually focus more on other characters because I just don't like Lila. I think she's very annoying and up herself and just not the vibe that I want, but Kel was more interesting, but also like everything could have been avoided if he wasn't stupid. And like, it's annoying to me because I read 2 and I'm still not like cool about it. But there's a lot of people here that I appreciate how they talk about books because it's how I feel, and they all love this. So what's wrong with me? But I need to give it another chance. Next, I want to talk about Priory the Orange Tree by Samantha Shannon. So this is the book that I started, and I got to a grand total of 56 pages. My bookmark is still in there, and I was confused AF. There was like too many characters, too much stuff going on, and I knew before buying this that I was probably never going to read it, but I decided to get the hardcover in the book box but I just can't do it. Like, who has actually read this book and managed to sit through it? Because for me, this is going to take me a month and I don't have time for that. But I actually did start it, which I'm proud of, but I just could not finish it. But I need to do it. Like, I feel like I just keep putting it off, which is definitely true. There's a lot of other things I'd much rather read, but I need to read it. Like, it is a beast. Like, I don't know if I'm ever going to do it, but I got through 56 pages. I don't remember anything. Like, I know there's dragons. There's a dragon on the cover though, but there's like a lot of things happening and I'm just like, I need to give you another chance, but I just can't do it. Next, I want to talk about The Glittering Court by Rochelle Mead, and it's actually Kat who reminded me that these books exist, because I only ever read the first one, and I have not read the second two, and the beauty of these books is they're all basically their own story that are about 3 different girls that takes place at the exact same time, so I don't even need to reread the first one, because it doesn't really matter, because going into the new book is like a new story. And also, I remember with this series, as I was really excited for them, but then the book that I really wanted to read was the third book story, and then I never read the second book story, and then never read the third, and time just like got behind me there. But I feel like I need to get back into these books because I really didn't mind this book. I thought it was actually quite enjoyable, like very much a Rochelle Mead book, and it's so similar to her writing for Vampire Academy, but I do appreciate reading something similar again because like they're kind of series of my childhood, so I enjoyed this. I just need to get back into them. Like, not happening anytime soon, but I want to do it at some point. I always talk about Falling Kingdoms by Morgan Rhodes. Like, I don't think I'm ever going to actually read this series, but I want to give it a second chance. And the only reason I need to read it again is because it's been so incredibly long since I read this for the first time that I want to rehash everything, because there is a lot of characters in this world as well. And there's 6 books, so there are 6 books of stuff that's going to be happening. And I really feel like I'm probably going to have to commit to doing like a book a month at some point, and that's going to take me 6 months. But even then, maybe if I like read them sooner, maybe that's what I'll do. Like, I don't know, but I feel like it's a lot to commit to read all 6 of these. And I really did enjoy this book. Like, again, I was very confused because I hadn't really read too much high fantasy at that point, so this was definitely something new for me. But it's like giving a second chance to something that I still enjoy, but it's still me having to start from the beginning again. And lastly, I want to talk about Truthwitch by Susan Dennard. So this is another series. I did really enjoy the books that I read, and I've only read the first and the second, but Blood Witch has been out for a really, really long time. I haven't read the novella, and then Witch Shadow it's been out for a while as well, but I haven't even bought a copy. The reason I haven't bought the 4th one though, to be honest, is I'm annoyed that they couldn't keep the titles the same, because it's Sight Witch, Wind Witch, Truth Witch. They're all the same, and then this one's Witch Shadow, and I'm like, you could have just done what she actually is. It's stupid. But my reason for wanting to give this a second chance is I feel like I didn't retain a lot, which is obviously the same thing for everything here. But really, I feel like my reading experience should have been a lot better, but my brain was like too dumb to like actually understand what was going on a lot of the time. And I feel like a lot of people love this series and they really appreciate it, and I didn't appreciate it enough. So I do plan on, again, doing a reread and actually reading the novella that takes place, that's like a prequel, and then continuing on with the series and actually trying to do it very close to each other so I can keep up with it, because they keep introducing new characters and there's all these things that I gotta remember, and it is a really cool idea. I need to reread it so that I can invest in it again and then really appreciate the story for what it is. God, this book stack is heavy. Like, Priory the Orange Tree could literally kill a bitch. Like, I'm telling you, this is a thick book. But there is a lot of books here, and a lot of these books are not priority for me, pretty much all of them, because I'm just trying to read all my other books, and I'm very much into adult contemporary, and then like whatever readathon's happening. Like, this is the hard thing about having over 400 books on your TBR, is there's a lot of things you could read, but there's no time. So guys, that is all for today's 7 on Sunday video. I hope you enjoyed the topic. Again, I would say tell me what I should read, but like none of this is priority, as I said. But I do hope you guys enjoyed the video. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you guys next time. Bye!